total bliss here at Maroon Bells. We are just surrounded by gorgeous mountains. The bells. Yeehaw! We're alive. We've reached 10,000. There it is. 10,000, over 10,000 feet of elevation on this hike. Our first time ever. 120 more feet, yeah, to get to the Crater Lake.
No, to get the elevation.
Oh, to the top of elevation. That's the highest we're going. So we'll be at about 11,000.
10,125 feet.
Oh God, I can't even do math. See, I'm like, can't think straight. So then we'll get to Crater Lake after that. Maybe half mile after that. But at least we won't be going up anymore, which is key. I think it's gonna be flat at that point. And then back down, but yeah, we'll do another video log there because I have more to say about this hike versus Santa Fe. It's been a very interesting experience for the two of us. Okay. So we made it to the top of Crater Lake. Very beautiful. Yee. So if you saw our comments about the Santa Fe hike, that hike killed me. It killed me. We started at about 7,500 and got up to about 8,300. This one we started at
9,000.
Somewhere in the low 9,000.
Yeah, 92, 9,300.
About 9,200, and we got up to 10,125. I don't know why. I'm just grateful that this one was not as difficult for me. It's a mile, 1.75 miles to the Crater Lake from Maroon Bells, and then we just have to go back the 1.7, but it's going to be a lot easier because it's more downhill. I think my mountain goat had a harder time.
Yeah, a 20% reduction in oxygen, or increase in elevation, and it's total.
But it's been interesting because it's transitions, right? So that first Santa Fe hike helped me get to this one, which will help us get to Yellowstone. Because Yellowstone...
No, it's lower.
Oh, Yellowstone's lower. Well, that's good. That's good to know. All right. So now we're going to hike back down. Hey, everyone. So from the Maroon Bells to... What is this trail called?
I have no idea.
River Creek Trail, something like that. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself. But basically, this is a trail that runs between the Pine Creek Cookhouse, the Pine Creek Cookhouse restaurant, which is found in these beautiful mountains. I don't know if you can see it, but it's over there. I'll have more footage of that. So it runs from there to Ashcroft Ghost Town. What is Ashcroft Ghost Town? It's a town that really was a town in the late 1800s. People came because they found silver, and it just boomed. And over the course of a couple of years, it just boomed. It was a huge town for those days. I think they had a population of about 3,500 people. I think it was bigger than Aspen at the time. But I think the silver ran out and people left. They moved to Aspen. But in that time, they built hotels and I think 20 saloons, and then obviously houses and homes, and it was a town. The last resident died, the one person to stay, died in 1939, and then it officially became a ghost town. And it's such a beautiful trail. I'm gonna turn the camera around soon so you could see. It runs alongside the river. Half of the trail is basically in a meadow, and the other half is more covered with trees. We've now entered this section of sort of a covered section, lots of trees, which is always nice, a lot of shade. And can you hear that gorgeous river? It is just so beautiful. This has been a beautiful hike. It's to be clear, it's about 1.5 miles each way. It took us about 35 minutes to get to the restaurant and then 35 minutes to get back to Ashcroft Ghost Town. And when we get there, we will actually explore the ghost town. We didn't do that when we arrived. We figured we'd wait till after. And just so you know, I learned about this hike on the Pine Creek Cookhouse website. If you go to their website, you can learn about other excursions they do. They have horses, okay, so they do horseback riding. I know they do fishing, maybe even fly fishing, can't remember. And I think they even do a guided hike. You know, we just didn't see the need for that, but maybe they offer a guide with a lot of knowledge, which would be nice. I'm gonna turn it around, look how beautiful this part is. Look at this beautiful grassy natural plants to, you know, things that just grow well here. Lots of dandelions. You just see the dandelion fluff in the air everywhere, which is so pretty. Just make wishes all day long. How gorgeous! We're about to enter our first structure here. Let us see. Was this a house? What was it? Does it look like it was a house, Ed? No? It was pretty big, which means it probably was not a house.
This is kind of the same. It was a hotel.
Oh, a hotel. All right. Okay, stairs. God, I hope there's not a bear waiting up here for me. Okay. Obviously, these stairs have been restored. Very interesting. Can you imagine the history? That's wild. If walls could talk, huh? Okay, so that house I just tried to go into right here, the intern lives there, so that was off limits. She says she lives with no running water, no electricity, and no phone. We don't have internet here, right? There's no phone service. Oh my gosh. You know, I could do that, but then she was like, yeah, I once woke up to a mouse running over my forehead. That is where they crossed the line for me. I can pretty much do anything but rodents.
You got back just in time.
So this was clearly a home. The bed frame is still there. This is so wild. History's so cool. Or sad, or both, you know. All right, Ed, let's go get a cold one. At the Blue Mirror Salon. Saloon. Wishful thinking. Where's the bar? Ooh, there's more things here. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Tools. Oh, a sled. That's cool. Fortune of failures. A lot of people did move here for the silver and it didn't last very long. A lot of history right here. Interesting. With a population of 3,500 people, I imagine, so we just came from there. Okay, that's where, like, I would imagine the center of the village was. I imagine all of this was probably covered in homes, right? I mean, we're talking 3,500 inhabitants. That's so wild. We are now done with our wonderful hike of the Crikey River. I think it's River Creek Trail. I swear I'll give you the right name there somewhere on the screen. It was really nice. Look, if you come to Colorado, especially this area, like the mountains, Aspen, Carbondale, Glenwood Springs, Basalt, I mean, if you're here and you're into the outdoors, Maroon Bells is a must. You have to do Maroon Bells, okay? But stay on top of things, like as far as the calendar goes, because the parking, you have to buy a pass. There's a couple ways to get there. One is you have to get a parking pass, okay? But those go quickly. So your other option is to get a reservation on the shuttle. Oh boy, sorry, we have to there's a lot of bikers on this road and we have to pass them. So the other option is getting a reservation on the shuttle, and you can do that ahead of time. So you make sure you reserve your spot, because you can imagine there are certain times of the day that are more popular, that people want to get out. Like we went at, I think it was 9 o'clock in the morning. Our shuttle was at 9.
We went early.
Right. The shuttle ended up leaving a little early, which was great. No, we left on an earlier shuttle. Not that the 9 a.m. shuttle left early, but we got there early enough that we could get on an earlier shuttle. But, you know, I imagine my point being there's certain time frames where probably like they get booked up faster. So just be aware of the calendar. Go to the Maroon Bells website, you know, see when you know how far out you can make your reservation and just book it. Yeah, it's a definite must do. You could either just do the Maroon Bells lake hike, which is a much shorter hike. The point is you just walk around the lake, you get to see the Maroon Bells. It's beautiful. It's a nice little day out. But we did the Crater Lake Trail. That is, oh my God, Ed, how many miles is it to the Crater Lake?
4.
Total?
Oh, I think it's total 4.
It's the total distance in out is 4 miles-ish. The way up to the lake, and it is up to the lake, it's steep, you know, you're going up the entire time. When we got to the lake, we took some time off, we had our lunch, it was beautiful views. Yeah, lots of water, obviously, lots of water. The way down was easier. Obviously, you're now going downhill with make sure you have the right shoes. Another little note I wanted to make here was bear spray. We never had bear spray prior to arriving here in Colorado. From just things we heard, things I read. We like to be prepared. We like to know what we're doing, what we're getting into. Chances of running into a bear are probably super low, but you never know, right? And so we did have bear spray, and we did buy actually a bear whistle, because it's good. The whole point is you don't want to catch a bear off guard, like it didn't hear you coming. That's when it's the most dangerous. So, you know, you just blow in this whistle every once in a while, or, you know, make a sound. They can hear you. They don't want to be near you, and they will leave. You won't even know it was there. They know you are there, and they will leave. And as we're making our way up to Jackson Hole, the Grand Tetons, and then Yellowstone, we do know it is more bear country, even grizzlies. So I'm a big fan. I've become a fan of making sure you have bear spray. But I digress. Maroon Bells a must. And I think this one was really nice. This trail we just did to the Pine Creek Cookhouse. I think it's just, you know, it was right. Like, look, if you're going out to have lunch in this beautiful location, and it is a gorgeous location, make a little day of it, right? Take this.
I would also add, listen, it is nice at the Pine Creek Cookhouse. You could easily have packed a lunch and sat right by the river and also had a really nice...
That's a good point. So, again, this is our last weekend in Colorado here in the area. I feel like I have greatly enjoyed it. Have you?
I have.
Okay.
Sorry, my reluctance is I didn't get to spend as much time here. But it was nice.
But you had the weekends.
I had the weekends.
Which is really when we go out and do the best stuff.
Yeah.
So we have July the 4th coming up. Not quite sure what we're doing yet. But I can tell you the 2 weekends we've been here I've loved it. This place is magical. It's absolutely beautiful. It's my first time in the area. I hope not my last.
I
So
could
yeah,
handle another week here.
another week, another weekend.
Yeah.
Yep. Alrighty, guys. See you later.